Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Lexi. Today we are on day 28 of our challenge. Today we actually have a nice 25-minute full body stretch video for you. So hopefully this is very nice. You have 2 more days after this, almost done with the challenge. So hopefully this gives you that extra stretch and push to get through the rest of the challenge, and let's get started. So we're just gonna come to a crisscross position on the mat. You're gonna inhale through the nose. Sit tall, arch that spine. Exhale through the mouth, round that back until those arms go straight. And then inhale through the nose. Sit up tall, arch that back. Then exhale through the mouth, round that back, arms go straight. Little seated cat-cows here. Take some more at your own pace. Inhaling through the nose as you come forward. Exhale through the mouth as you round back. 10 more seconds in this. You'll meet me with a flat back in 3, 2, on 1. Just meet me with a flat back. We're gonna take some big shoulder rolls, rolling towards the back. Hands on the knees. Just getting those shoulders up to those ears and then dropping them back down the back. Make sure you're still breathing here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Then we're gonna take our hands off those knees. We're gonna bring our arms up and around, just big circles. Fingers are spread apart. Couple more, then we set our hands back down on our knees. 3, 2, on 1, you can bring your hands back down to your knees. Now you're gonna circle those shoulders forward. Still breathing here, in through the nose, out through the mouth. In a couple of seconds, you're gonna take those hands off the knees. We're gonna take those big circles forward. 3, 2, on 1. Bringing those hands up, circling them forward. Again, your fingers are spread apart. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. I'm going to bring those hands back down to the knees in 3, 2, on 1. Bring them back to the knees. Draw those shoulders down the back. You're going to let your head hang off to one side. You can bring your hand up and over to deepen that stretch. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then begin to circle your head in one direction. Still breathing here. And that head all the way around. And then when your head gets off to that other side, let it hang there for a moment. You can bring that other hand up and overhead to deepen that stretch. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then circle your head in the opposite direction. Just close the eyes down for a moment. Rolling that head around, taking that tension out of that neck, out of that shoulder. And bring your head back center in 3, 2, 1. Bring your head back center, and then we're going to meet in a tabletop position. So you're going to bring your wrists right underneath those shoulders. Your knees will be right underneath those hips. Now we're going to take the same cat-cow motion we took in that seated position. We're going to do it here in this tabletop. So inhale, drop that belly down, gaze up to the sky. Exhale through the mouth, round through the back, press the mat away. Inhale through the nose, drop that belly down. Exhale through the mouth, and press that mat away. Keep flowing through that at your own pace. 15 more seconds here. Make it yours. Meet me with a flat back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Meet me with a flat back. Now you're going to come to a seated position on the mat. You're going to have your feet grounded into the mat. Now you're going to bring your hands to the back of your thighs. We're going to do half roll down. Knees are bent. Feet are grounded into the mat. Sit up straight. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round to the back until those arms are straight. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, sit tall. We're going to keep flowing through that. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round to the back until the arms are straight. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, sit tall. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round to the back until the arms are straight. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, sit tall. Let's do one more here. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, round to that back until the arms are straight. Inhale, round forward. Exhale, sit tall. Great job. And we're going to come back to that tabletop position. Making sure those shoulders are right over those wrists, hips over those knees. Now we're going to sit back into those heels and rock forward and back, making sure your shoulders go a little bit past those wrists. We're trying to just warm up those wrists here. I know during a lot of this challenge, we're on the wrists a lot, doing different flanking movements, so it's important to stretch those. Now when you bring your heels back this next time, flip your palms over. You can do one at a time if this is too intense for you to flip both at the same time, and then continue to rock forward and back. Forward and back. Now you can just sink your glutes towards those heels, keeping your hands here, and just let it sit there for a moment. And then rock it back forward, turn those palms back around. Now you're going to bring that right hand up to the ceiling, rotate that wrist out in one direction, and then reverse directions. And then we're going to thread the needle. So the right hand goes all the way through, shoulder comes to the mat, head comes to the mat. If you want to deepen the stretch, if this is accessible for you, bring that left hand over to that right hip. Now you're going to take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let's take one more here. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Press that left hand back into the mat. Send that right hand up to the ceiling one more time. Take a couple more circles in each direction. And then bring that right hand down to the mat. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So bringing that left hand up to the sky this time. Rotating that wrist in one direction. And then reverse. And then we're going to thread the needle. Left hand goes through. Head comes all the way down to the mat. If you want to deepen the stretch, this time bring that right hand over to that left hip. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. One more here to deepen that stretch. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Plant that right hand back down onto the mat. Bring that left hand back up one more time. Circling through that wrist. A couple more times. And then set that hand down. You're going to make sure that your shoulders are back over those wrists. And then you're going to tuck those toes under. We're going to take a little bit of a hover here. Just hold for a couple moments. This is just warming up the core. 5, 4, pike those hips back in 3, 2, 1. Pike the hips back. Now pedal it out through those heels. You want to get a really nice calf and hamstring stretch here. So just rocking back and forth, dropping one heel at a time. If you would like, you can take these into cat phrases as well. So dropping and lifting those heels at the same time. You can alternate. Don't forget to breathe here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Just pedaling it out. Hopefully this feels like a really nice release on those wrists and those shoulders as well. Think about sinking back into those heels, pressing the ground away. And then we're going to walk the hands to the back of the mat. Now in this position, you're just going to let your head hang here. Let your head hang. You can bring your hands to hold your elbows. So you're holding opposite elbows, just swaying back and forth. A really nice release, not only on those hamstrings, but also in that back. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. You can release that hold on those elbows and just let yourself roll up one vertebrae at a time, head coming up last. Now you're going to draw those shoulders down the back, sweeping those hands up and overhead. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bend over to the right side. I'm going to face you just so you can see this bend position, bending over to the right side. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Sink a little bit deeper. And then stand it back up. Bring those arms back down. Inhale. Exhale as the arms come back overhead. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, bend over to the opposite side. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth as you sink a little bit deeper. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, you can stand it back up. Now you're going to bring those arms down. Come into a little hang one more time. This time you can grab on the back of those legs and really try to get that head as close as you can to those shins. If that isn't accessible to you, you can always just do that hang again and just rock back and forth. Make it yours, depending how flexible that body is feeling today. Now when you're ready, you can drop those hands down, either onto the shins or onto the floor, and then just pedal it out through those legs. So you're bending one leg at a time. You can deepen that stretch. Try to bring those hands to the ground. Make sure you're still breathing here. Your breath will help you get deeper into these stretches. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, just letting that head hang here too, releasing any tension on the neck. And then when you're ready, we're just going to walk it all the way back out to a plank. And then you're going to set those knees down. So now you're in that tabletop position. Now tuck those toes under. You're going to pike those hips back, sending that right leg up to the ceiling, and then bring it all the way through, trying to bring that leg at a nice parallel with the front of the mat. Now trying to keep those hips squared off so you're not dumping over to the right side or dumping over to the left side, centering that body. So if this stretch already feels very deep, you can just stay lifted here. If you want to deepen the stretch, come down onto those forearms and just let yourself sit in this for a moment. It can feel very uncomfortable. This is a pigeon pose. It's okay if your shin isn't perfectly parallel with that front of the mat. Hopefully you can work your way up to that as we continue to stretch. Mine is not perfect right now either. So taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. It's a really great hip opener. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to sit in this for a couple more seconds before we push it back to that downward dog again. If you can, see if you can sink a little bit deeper, keeping those hips squared, not dumping into that right side or the left side. 5 more seconds. We're going to push it back to that downward dog in 3, 2, 1. On 1, press your hands up if you are on your forearms. Round that left heel into the mat. Send that right leg up to the sky and then drop it down next to the left. You can drop those heels. A couple calf raises here before we switch sides. This time, ground those heels down, sending that left leg up, and then bringing it through for that pigeon pose. Again, trying to get that shin as parallel as possible with that front part of the mat, keeping those hips square. If you just want to stay here, this is fine. If you want to deepen that stretch, come down to the forearms. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. If it's accessible to you as well, you can always come down a little bit deeper, just resting that head down. Whatever works for you, as long as you're focusing on not dumping onto either side and just keeping that body nice and squared forward. I know it can feel uncomfortable sitting in pigeon pose, so just breathe through it. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We're going to push it back in 5 seconds, back into that downward dog. 3, 2, 1. If you're on your forearms, bring it up to the hands. Tuck that right toe under. Send that left leg high one last time, and then set it back down next to that right foot. Again, taking a couple pedals out here, dropping one heel at a time. And then we're going to roll it forward. You can just bring those knees down. We're actually going to come down to the stomach. We're going to take a couple swan stretches here. So it's really important when we're doing this to make sure that you keep your head in line with that spine. So your head is going to be looking down. You're not going to be looking up, straining. So if you would like, you can just watch the video for a moment and look at my form and then join in, because I don't want you to do this while your head is turned off to the side. So legs are together. You're grounding those toes into the mat. Heels are anchored onto the mat as well. You're going to bring your hands by your side. So elbows are into the body. Hands are supporting you kind of right around that chest area. Keeping that head in line with the spine. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, lift it up. And then set it back down. Lift that chest up. And set it back down. Pressing away from the mat. Oftentimes you'll see this exercise in Pilates, but your hands won't be down because you're trying to work the back even more. This is trying to just pretty much stretch the back. Warming up and loosening up those muscles that we often neglect. Keep those hips anchored onto the mat, just lifting through that chest. Now on this next one, we're going to push it actually all the way up to an extended position. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, and then set it back down. We're going to take another one in that really deep extended position. So inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Press it all the way up. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Drop it back down. On this next one, we're going to hold it up. And then you're going to push it back into your heels, bringing your knees super wide, sitting those glutes back into those heels. Reach those arms as far as in front of you as possible, child's pose. You're going to take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Another inhale through the nose. And exhale through the mouth. And then we'll walk it forward, coming into a seated position. You can actually stay this long ways on the mat. I'm just going to turn toward you to show this exercise. So you can bring your legs mat width distance apart. So that's going to be probably a little bit farther than hip width distance apart. You're gonna bring your arms out to the side. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist over to that left side. So right hand comes over to left foot. Your left hand is extending long behind you. Then you're gonna dive it forward. Pulse 3 times. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Sit it back up. Coming back center. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist. Take those pulses on the other side. Untwist, bring it back up. Untwist back center. And then we'll keep flowing through that. Inhale, sit tall. Exhale, twist it over. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Sit it back up. Untwist center. Make sure you're sitting tall every time before you bend. And you take that twist. Sit it back up and untwist center. We're going to do one more on each side. Inhale, sit tall. All right, awesome. Cat-cow is in the seated position. So inhale, arch that belly forward. Exhale, round through that back until those arms are straight. Inhale, sit it forward. Arching through that back. Exhale, rounding through that back. Arms go straight. Keep flowing through that at your own pace. Hopefully this feels a lot looser and a lot better than it did at the beginning of class. I realize I always say class in these videos instead of the video because I'm so used to teaching. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Meet me with a flat back in 3, 2, on 1. Meet me with a flat back. We are almost done today. We're going to take a couple more shoulder rolls. Just take them to the back. 3, 2, on 1. Reverse it. Draw those shoulders down the back. We'll take these last few stretches and it's going to be a couple head rolls. So hang that head off to the side for a moment. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And then circle your head in one direction. And then when your head gets to the other side, let it hang there for a moment. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, and then circle it that other direction. You can bring that head back center, and we are done. I hope this stretch video was super helpful for you to help you finish out these last 2 days of the challenge. Thank you so much.